Okay, this is one of our multi-part series in order editing for the Service Manager Control Panel. This is a Q&D video. And what we want to take a look at here is not a lot to it, but we want to take a look at the discount screen. So to get to the discount screen, we can click this button or hold our Alt key down and tap C. Now this is the discount screen. This order currently has $133.84 on it shipped, but we want to add a discount to this order. Let's say we want to add a 10% discount. It's very important that this be done last after everything's been touched on an order, because the calculations for percentages and amounts are based on the order amounts. So if you set a percentage discount or you set an amount discount on this screen and you go back and make changes on the order, the discounts might not be right, because the system doesn't know whether you really intend 10%, for example, or whether you really intend, say, $13. So it's just the most important thing about the screen to remember is always go to it last, make sure you have what you want on it, and then go ship or then go invoice your order. So not a lot here on this screen. Of course, we've got our navigation buttons. We can go back to the header, or we can go to the detail list. We can save from here. We can print the two different types of work orders here. We can invoice from here, but I will say that the best way to invoice is to use the Create Invoices function. That allows you to do all your invoices at one time instead of doing them individually. And we can clone the order from this screen also. But let's take a look at this area here in the red part. The total extended price is the total amount of the order, what's shipped currently. Now let's just say I do want to put a discount on this, and let's just say we're going to give a courtesy discount. There's the one I want. Now this can be a percentage discount, or it can be an amount discount, but watch carefully what happens. If I put in 10% and tab out of it, it will calculate the amount. Okay. On the other hand, if I put in the amount here, let's say $26, and I tab out, it calculates the percentage. So about a little less than 20%. So keep in mind, this on the screen there's an automatic calculation. Once you leave one field, it will calculate the other. Okay, but again, make sure that you've shipped everything and all your prices are correct and everything before you do this, because if not, you put numbers here and go back and change those, these numbers will have to recalculate themselves, and it may not be what you expect. The only other thing I'll say about this, the last thing I will say about this screen is, or the discounting in general, is if it does come to a percentage and it's an odd number like this, round it if you want to. What will show up on the customer screen is not this percentage, but what will show up is this. I'm sorry, this percentage does not show up, but this amount does show up, and it only shows up on the first invoice. So if it happens to be a work order that you'll invoice more than once, when you put a discount on it and invoice it, this screen will clear. After that, this order will have no discount percentage, and no discount amount unless you put one in again. So the discount only works one time for the next particular invoice. So that's it for the discounts, and we'll take a look at some of the other aspects of order editing here next.